Purple Collective, you are a funny group. I just received some butterfly pea flower powder, and if you haven't heard of that before, it's a type of powder that can turn drinks and food blue. Um, I've had my eyes on this for quite some time, and it just came in last night. So I prepared a drink this morning for my grounding tea. My grounding tea is normally a reddish color, but I wanted to add this butterfly pea flower powder since I just got it. So I added it, wondering if it might turn it blue, but it turned it purple instead. And I have been hearing the Purple Collective buzzing about a bit this morning. So I just had to laugh. Since I was planning on doing your channeling next, I just wanted to make myself a drink before starting it. So it's so fitting that my drink would turn out to be this wonderful purple color that I will probably put in an image for this channeling because it's just too funny. It's too funny. So I have a feeling, Collective, you're a really funny group of people. I think you like playing practical jokes, or you like being a comedian. You like making light of things. The Heyoka empath designation may resonate with you. The Heyoka empath is essentially the divine comedian. So you should Google that, look it up if you haven't before. It's a very like, how would I say, Loki has that archetype, so divine trickster energy, um, someone who thinks it's all one big cosmic joke. You've learned to laugh through pain to transmute it, that's for sure. You've learned that being silly is a superpower. You've learned that life isn't so serious. Right. But what's interesting is that in addition to this vibration that I'm getting from you guys, I'm also getting this super seriousness about your spiritual path, like an intense pursuit, Collective. You have pursued spirituality above all other things in your life. You've become one with the cosmos, if you will. This video is to say congratulations, you've done it. Now go back down to earth. Because you are so capable of leaving the ground, I feel, that your existence is just magical. So it's hard for you not to do that. It's hard for you to be grounded when there's so much wonderful energy you can feel swirling around, and there's so many idiosyncrasies and synchronicities that you can think about and talk about. This Purple Collective is one that likes to have fun, but also one that takes itself too seriously at times. I feel like you're so good at making humor for other people, but oftentimes you forget to do that for yourself. So I feel like because your energy came through so intensely to the point where my drink color was even influenced by it, like you're really caring about other people. You like to give treats to other people. You like to go out of your way to make other people's lives better. And I'm seeing that other people's lives are made more joyous by you in it. Like you do so much for other people, and it really shows. You've got this wonderful spirituality around you that not a lot of people have, because you're able to balance the seriousness of your work ethic and your pursuit with the lightheartedness of a child. And that's so rare. That's kind of peak, honestly. Like that's the ultimate divination, if you will. Being able to understand the complexities of the universe with the simpleness of a child. There's actually a Bible verse that's coming to mind here, but like it's something to the effect of like, yea, unless a man's mind is like that of a child, it shall be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than that man to enter the kingdom of God, or something like that. But it was kind of this like the meaning of the expression was that children get it. Children understand how to be spiritual, actually, without even being spiritual. They're being spiritual. But sometimes, as man or men or women, as adults, we grow up and become consumed by the complexities of everything, and we have to return back to simplicity at times. So you're a collective that continually returns back to the point of center. You are often finding yourself coming back from the point of no return, I'm hearing, and then you return again. And it's just like, that was an ending, yes, but of that chapter. And now you start a new chapter. And so you've had many rebirths. I'm not necessarily almost getting that you've had many deaths. You may have, maybe you haven't, but like the priority for this collective is a lot of intense rebirth energy, because there's almost this peacefulness that comes from accepting death in that transitional state. And you have like skipped that so many times. It's like you just went from rebirth to rebirth to rebirth to rebirth. Does that make sense? So the pain of the birthing process is way more intense than the pain of dying, usually. Because being born is like like it's just everything is new and there's so much information coming at you and you have no idea what to expect, no idea how to anticipate, no idea to prepare. And also you're not capable of preparing because you're literally being born new. You're not an expert. You're a fragile being in this state of mind and consciousness that is so new. So I'm getting you have intensely cycled through rebirth after rebirth after rebirth until you reached this point of dissolution where you dissolved into the experience of living and you just kind of threw your hands up like, I guess this may as well happen because how else do you balance on the edge of insanity when you're going through so many rebirths unless you can just commit to laughing through it, like laughing through the pain. Um, Joker may be an archetype that resonates for you in the sense of you see the pointlessness of capitalism. Like you see the pointlessness of grinding every day and you realize that man is structured by these things that don't even matter. Even the most principled man, sometimes you get down to brass tacks, it's like all like he just wants a woman, like or he just wants money. There's that kind of energy coming through his collective. Again, take what resonates and gender neutral, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, so maybe even a woman, like she works hard, but really she just wants a simple life. Really, she just wants to run her own business. Really, she just wants to care for her animals, right? So just take the idea is to take this vision of someone who's complex and overarching and saying all these things and then boil them down to their simplest qualities. And their simplest qualities are actually like so human. It's so basic. It's so simple. Um, and it's predictable too. So that's the kind of Joker energy that comes through. Like you pierce through the veil and you see people for who they really are. And you laugh at it because you can see how stupid it is that everyone thinks they're so different and they're so unique, but they're also simple because we are different and we are unique, but we are also so simple. We're so predictable. So it's just funny to you. I feel like you're at this point in your life where everything's become funny to you because you're starting to finally get it. You're really you're getting it. You're locking in. It's actually, as the meme goes, it's clocking to you. It's clocking to you what life actually is. Like this is the whole purpose of life. So it's a small thing collective that I quote unquote happened to make a drink that is purple. But I don't overlook anything. There's no small thing. There's no insignificant thing when I do a channeling. I set the intention that everything which comes through is meaningful and is valuable and is important. So I just want to thank you, collective. I feel like you have done things for me and I haven't even known it yet. So, or maybe you will do things for me and I won't even know it. But you're definitely a collective that works in silence. You don't always need to be known for all the cool things that you're doing. And you are doing cool things. You're doing amazing things. But like you have this element of subterfuge of just like you vibrate and operate outside of space-time dimension. I'm going to get really, your energy is just so woo-woo. I'm just going to go there. You operate outside space-time dimension. Like you are able to peripherate through the veil and become something no one's ever seen before. Then you can vanish back and do it again. You have this etherealness to your energy that's quite exotic and ephemeral and shimmery and ethereal. Like it's this really interesting energy. It's almost like you shapeshift into the forms that you need. And you can do this because you've had so much life experience. Like it's all funny to you. So it doesn't matter to you. Sometimes people are too serious and they can't change themselves because they're so resistant to the idea of change. Like they've locked in so intensely on their one ego identity, they can no longer change or grow. I feel like you've dissociated from your identity so much you don't even know who you are anymore, and that's fine because it's all just funny anyway. That's really the energy that's coming through. So again, if you don't work with Loki, your energy certainly vibes with him. I feel in this collective, you've just detached from so much in your life to the point where you don't even care anymore. You may even have partners. Like if you have a partner in your life right now, you may even feel so detached from them. You're like, even if you love them, you're just like, oh, I couldn't care if you come or go. Couldn't care less. Like, because so many people have left me before, like, why does it matter? You'll be here or you won't be here. Because if you're not here, either I'll be alone and that's good for me, or someone else comes along and that's good for me too. Like you know what it is? You've mastered this art of detachment, I'm feeling, or you're stepping into a place where you're doing that now. You've become so detached from life that like nothing can phase you. And because nothing can phase you, everything can phase you up is what I'm getting. Like everything can work out for you because you've removed attachment from the worst possible outcome. It's unfortunate, collective, that in order to welcome in the best possible outcome, we have to we have to let go of our attachment to the worst possible outcome, because that means we also let go of our attachment to the best. We basically step back and just say it's out of our hands. Our work is in producing what we do. It's not in judging other people or commanding them to do what we want or controlling them or coercing them. Like, our work is simply in the pure pursuit of the work itself. And however other people want to interpret us or decide for us or reinvent us or reimagine us or retell our stories, that's up to them. But it no longer has anything to do with us. So there's almost this, like, when you put art out there, when you put your opinions out there, when you put yourself out there or your love out there, you just kind of leave it as it is, because you realize when people interpret that, that says more about them than you. And there, it's not this egoic sort of detachment. It's just like you've reached this point of ultimate surrender on your journey where you realize you just can't care anymore. You can't be so invested in things, because um it ruined you, being so invested in things. And that was actually good for you, but it was hard. And so now you have compassion for people who are so invested in things. And you almost think it's cute when people are invested in things, because you're like, oh man, I remember what it was like to actually give an SHIT. Man, I remember what it was like to actually care what happened. Um, because now you may be finding that things in your life are working out a lot better than you ever imagined. And that's all because you've let go of your fear attachment. Fear attaches so strongly to future timelines that if you can't get rid of that fear, you keep drawing in and attracting worst possible outcomes and scenarios, because that fear is so compelling to you. But because you managed to detach yourself through a lot of fearful and painful and difficult experiences, you're sort of effortlessly attracting good things too, because I'm hearing you've implanted in your subliminal messaging, like, codes, light activation codes, like positive codes. So instead of the childhood codes of like wounding and damage and scarring and disease and illness and poverty, all those dark things, you have like obliterated those from your consciousness, and you are changing that and have changed that into something that's much more positive and light filled and harmonious. I'm getting you've transmuted friction into smoothness. That's the message. This collective has translated friction into smoothness. And I'm getting the special numbers for Loki that I associate with him, actually. So those are just personal numbers that I have. So yeah, you are a collective that has really transmuted friction into smoothness. I think I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 now, which means up and up, like things are progressing smoothly and quickly. Yeah, that's your biggest message, collective. I'm probably going to title the video that. Yeah, this is such an interesting message, collective. And I just want to congratulate you, because it's so hard to get where you are. You don't even know, like, you're at the peak of a mountain right now. You're at this pinnacle point. You don't even know it yet, but you are. You don't know it because you're not seeing higher mountains. Like the mountain in front of you is no longer in front of you, it's below you. So you're like, oh, I'm just on the ground now. But no, collective, you have summited an entire FASS mountain. Like I said, I really need to get better at these swear words, but I'm trying to censor myself. But yeah, an effing mountain. You have summited this entire mountain, and you, collective, just keep standing on higher and higher points and thinking it's not that impressive because you keep coming to these higher points. But it's so impressive, collective. You look down and it's like the ground, but everyone else sees you and they see how far up you've climbed. You climbed out of nothing, collective. You climbed out of the caves of HE double hockey stick. you've climbed out of you've climbed out of some crazy bass backward situations that nobody would believe, but you did it. And I'm seeing a purple screensaver. I want to see if I can get this, collective. I'm gonna get a picture of this. Um, That's crazy. That's crazy that my work screensaver is purple. Okay, I took a screenshot of that. Um yeah, that's wild. I will be posting that as well. This is, collective, your energy, one of the most fascinating I've delved into by far, in my opinion, just because your amount of IRL synchronizations, it's going crazy right now. Like, twice for you now. In my physical reality, you have manifested your presence. Your physical presence is around me. Um, yeah, that's crazy. And very rare. Not a lot of collectives can do that. Most collectives don't do that. So, at least again, the stage in your journey you're at. It is Lionsgate Portal today. It's super powerful manifestation energy wise. So, um, yeah, collective. I wanted to keep this short. It may end up being a longer channeling just because I'm so excited for you. There is so much waking up for you. I'm hearing there's so much coming online for you. It's a very exciting time to be you right now, is what I'm getting. Um, you're going to be seeing signs all around you. You're going to be seeing synchronicities popping up in ways you can't even imagine, you can't even understand. You may try and explain these synchronicities to people, and people will just be so shell shocked, they won't even know what to do because they have never experienced the kind of blessings you have coming into your life right now. Um, excuse me, confirmation burp there. And I'm literally, my eyes are being drawn to my blessing bottle. I have a bottle that I use for cleansing and I call it my blessing bottle. And I have it in the label on the side so that the bottle and the amalgamation of oils and waters and things inside, no, it's blessed. But yeah, so you've got so much coming in for you and you're so blessed right now, collective. I want to touch on something deeper for you, collective, because this is coming through. There is an echo of sadness or sorrow in this collective. You actually deeply miss a time where you were invested in living. That's what's coming through. Take that however it resonates. You may feel kind of divested from living right now. You may kind of feel like you used to care so much and so intensely and so passionately. And you loved that about yourself, collective, because you were a collective that cared about things so deeply. But collective, the care that you had for everything was too intense for your mission. Like you had to lose some of that care in order to actually accomplish what it is you came here to do. That caring was an important part of your journey, but you have to be ready to step aside and let that care fall away because you are so much more than the things that you care for. Because guess what? You are the source of the magic. You are the person who deserves the most caring. You have outsourced the care that you have for the world instead of putting it on you. That's what I'm getting now, collective, is that you are prioritizing yourself. And it feels like you care less about the world right now. And it's causing you some conflict, I see, for some of you, because the things you used to care about so deeply, you don't care about anymore. So you're like, have I become this apathetic a-hole? Like, why don't I care about the world as much as I used to? Why don't I care about people as much, or these items, or these shows, these TV shows, or this office or this food and things like that? But collective, I'm getting that the reason that you cared so deeply was to teach you how to care for yourself. Just imagine if all this caring energy you had for others that you've been pouring out into the world, just imagine a fraction of that being turned in on yourself. Do you, and my familiar is actually, she just came out from under the bed because she was sleeping. And she's coming towards me in this channeling. So you may have a familiar that's significant in your life right now, like a close animal companion, whether they're incarnated with you or they're on the other side, but that's definitely a message for you. But anyway, imagine if you turn a fraction of that care you had for everyone else on yourself. Do you know how much you would blossom? I think you do, because again, to go back to that drink I have, my purple drink here, I'm literally using pea flower blossoms to color this, and I wanted blue, but it turned purple because my base was red. I almost wonder if you may have a tie-in to the Red Collective, because they're a very passionate collective. But anyway, yeah, it's just such this interesting energy, collective. Like you think you're caring less, but you're caring more. Do you know why? Because you actually care about yourself. You actually give an SHIT about yourself. And that is wild because you never used to do that, collective. You used to care about the world and hope that you would get some of that care back. And you only occasionally ever got any of that care back. But now you are getting an abundance of care. And the reason is because you're finally caring about yourself. So the universe is holding up a mirror and saying, okay, collective, I see now that you've stopped caring about these other people and you realize that you're the source of your manifestation, you're the source of your magic, we're going to pour all that time, energy, attention, and love back in on you. And you're so unused to this, collective. I'm getting, and I just saw 1919 on my timer. I feel like that may be significant for someone. I'm getting that you're not used to being cared for. Even if you've had people care for you in the past, it's never been in the way that it's happening now. Like you're noticing people doing things for you, going out of their way for you, being kind to you, loving on you, giving you free things, planning stuff for you, taking you on trips. Like I'm getting that energy that's coming in for you here. And you've never really had this before, collective. And the reason is because you were trying to do that for other people. So you put other people in the receiving mode and you were the giver. And then you're like, why am I giving so much and not getting anything back? Collective, it's because you didn't allow them to. Um, you cared so intensely for other people because you actually weren't being cared for, I hear. So you were trying to make environments where you would end up feeling cared for because in your soul you needed that. But what you've realized is that you were watering other gardens and wondering why your own didn't grow. Okay, that's also a message for some of you. But remember, you've transmuted that friction into smoothness. So now you're really seeing the benefit of your actions. You're finally experiencing the joy and the love and the care and attention you've been pouring out on all these people. And now it's coming back to you and things are going so smoothly. And it's like, oh my gosh, could things always have gone this smoothly? And the answer is yeah, collective. The answer is yeah. But also, the answer is that you needed the lessons you learned. You chose to incarnate for this specific purpose, this specific reason. My familiar is looking at me and she actually just nodded. Her name is Freya. And so if any of you, I don't know if that resonates on some level for some of you, but I figure I pass that along. She's a great cat. Yeah, collective. You're just I'm just losing my train of thought, just being so excited for you of like how much love is now coming into your life and now being like you're being blessed with because you finally prioritize yourself. Like that was the journey. You needed to appreciate what it was to have suffering and loss. And now you're finally uniting with the best version of yourself in your best reality. I paused it there briefly so I could get a drink of some of this delicious grounding tea. And I'm just thinking on the symbology of how I've been making grounding tea for myself from a lovely small woman-owned shop who's very she's like, mystical person. And I've been having this grounding tea because I personally am someone who benefits from introducing more grounding elements into their life because I naturally tend to be more the opposite of that. I am a Pisces sun. I do be swimming in the ethereal currents. Um, so I'm thinking about this butterfly pea flower powder, this pea blossom like powder, and I feel as though you're someone whose essence really blends well with people who are very grounded. Like you're so ethereal and like even the name butterfly like blossom powder, butterfly pea powder, it's like you're so ungrounded and ephemeral. And so when you mix that with a grounding element, it becomes exactly the shade of purple you need to be. Like you're almost a little too blue without it. So you need that grounding element and you become the fullest actualization of your purple self. Does that make sense? 22:44 on my timer as I was saying that. Um, but that just came to mind, so I thought I would pass that along. Let me see what else is coming through for you, collective. One last message is just be yourself. Be yourself, collective. There's no one like you. You're so unique. You're such a divine Heyoka empath that's able to laugh at life's idiosyncrasies and stupidities and just bring light to so many situations. You don't even know how many souls you've helped lighten the load of simply because you were just being yourself and being vulnerable and open and silly and goofy. And you made them feel like it was okay to be that too because you don't take yourself too seriously anymore. So you can show other people how it's okay not to take yourself too seriously. It's okay to like the color purple just because you do. It's okay to like a stuffed animal because you do. It's okay to play golf just because you enjoy it. It's okay to wear khaki pants simply because you think they look nice on you, right? You teach people that ego is balanced with love. Um, I'm seeing 12:22 for the time as I'm recording this 12:22 p.m. So and 222 I always associate with love. So yeah, you just teach people how it is to be love. Not even to be loved by someone else, but just to be love. How to embody that in their purest form. Sometimes you need to sprinkle in a little butterfly, pea flower blossom powder into your drink to do that. But um, the key is really just being the magic of who you are. It's letting go of the best outcome and the worst outcome and just assuming everything that comes your way is for your benefit. It is for your journey. It is for your learning. Because believe it or not, collective, your life story, even though you could have lived an easier life, you chose a very difficult life because you wanted to learn very difficult things. And you've learned those things. And unfortunately, there was no way to do it other than the way you did it. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. But The point in life is not to regret where we came from. It's to alchemize and heal now that we have those lessons. It's to not let the lessons go to waste. Um, and to just become the best versions of ourselves we can be. Because that's the only point, is just be authentic. I say best. I really, for you, collective, I feel I need to not say best. I need to just say best, authentic version of yourself. Because you can't live your life in terms of comparisons to others. Just be authentically you. And that is your highest good. That is your truth. That is your path you're meant to walk, is just being authentically you. Um, and you're going to shed so much light on others and bring so much light into this world just by doing that. So keep on following your strange, unusual, kind of ungrounded, weird, messy, silly path, collective, and wonderful things are just going to magically be coming your way, because you're a collective that manifests effortlessly. You manifest into other people's lives in signs and synchronicities like you don't even know, and other people are seeing evidence of you all around them all the time. So yeah, just keep being strange and unusual. I know I'm a big fan. um, if this resonates for you, please do leave a like, drop a comment, or subscribe. Helps me to grow the channel, help this message reach the people it needs to, and also helps me tap in more specifically to your guys' individual energy so I can give more targeted, more specific messages. With all that said, wishing you the most wonderful Venus day on this beautiful 8/8 portal of Lionsgate, and I will be seeing you all very soon. Ta ta.